We continue this our final day looking at kind of the birth and the early years of Jesus from Matthew chapter 2 verses 13 through 23, and this is a sad and heartbreaking passage. It begins with our verse of the day. Now after they had left, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream and said, "Get up, take the child and his mother and flee to Egypt and remain there until I tell you, for Herod is about to search for the child to destroy him." One of the things we see in Matthew's birth narrative of Jesus is how God, first of all, communicates in dreams, and it's often through a messenger, so that's a dream, a vision that Joseph has. And Joseph, every time that he gets this divine message, he gets up and he does exactly what he's told to do. In some ways, some people might say Joseph's an ideal husband. He doesn't say a whole lot, but he does whatever he's told to do, especially when that message comes from an angel. And so Joseph, we're told, got up, took the child and his mother by night, and went to Egypt and remained there until the death of Herod. And tragically, what happened when Herod sees that he's been tricked, he has all the children in and around Bethlehem who are 2 years old or younger, which is part of how we know that the wise men come later. He has them all killed because those who ruthlessly cling to power have no qualms about committing acts of violence, lying, whatever they need to do to hold on to power ruthlessly. And we're told this is a fulfillment of what had been spoken through the prophet Jeremiah when we hear the weeping and the grieving of the parents who have lost their children. Fortunately, eventually Herod dies, and again, a third time, an angel suddenly appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt and said, "Get up, take the child and his mother, and go to the land of Israel, for those who are seeking the child are dead." And again, for a third and final time, we hear then Joseph got up, took the child and his mother, and went to the land of Israel. And he ends up settling in Nazareth, in the district of Galilee. And that's where Jesus then will grow up and spend what are often referred to as kind of the quiet years, that we only have the one story from Luke chapter 2. But other than that, Scripture is silent about Jesus growing up until he's about 30 years old. But the birth story of Jesus, part of what it tells us is that God's incarnation, God coming in human flesh, is done in the midst of the power struggles and the brutality, the violence, the oppression of the world. God comes right into the middle of that and is vulnerable for your sake and my sake and for the sake of the world. And God hopes that you and I will receive this vulnerable, a human baby, unlike most other species, totally dependent on its parents for survival for a very long period of time. And in a sense, God coming as a baby, God saying, will you take care of and nurture and protect this child in your heart and in your soul and in your life? That's part of what we're being asked to do, is to be the incarnation in our time.